Hey guys, and welcome to an updated 2020 version of Meet My Horses video. A few things have changed. The horses kind of stayed the same, but what they're doing and what their goals for the future are have definitely changed since my last video. So I will jump right on into it. First up is Welbeck. We have had her for about 6 years, I think now. She is a 12-year-old Irish sport horse mare. She is by the stallion Well Chosen and her dam is by the stallion Cruising. So she has literally brought me from jumping like a 90 centimeters and a meter to 1 meter 35. She has a heart of gold. She will jump any fence you put in front of her with enthusiasm. She's really lovely horse to ride. She's quite hot, but I think we get on really well and we suit each other really well. So basically when I went to college, I didn't really have much time for her. I was trying to concentrate on the younger horses and getting them going. So she was kind of like put on the back burner a bit. I've been kind of on and off riding her, but I don't really have enough time to do her justice because she does take a bit of time to get back into work and settle down into things. So we've decided that this year we're going to be putting her in foal, which is really exciting. Hopefully she goes in foal and all works out well, but I will keep you guys updated on that journey. Here I've jumped 1 meter 55 on her, which was the top of the wings. I've also done lots of bridleless riding, all sorts of crazy stuff on her. She is just so game for everything. She has such a great attitude. So I'm really excited to see what kind of foals she produces because she really is a very talented mare. So it's very exciting to have a foal out of a horse that has jumped 1 meter 35 at competition and successfully. So yeah, very excited for this girl. And yeah, we've had her for so long. She's definitely part of the family now. Next up is Khal or Khalanoff. He is our first homebred horse. This year he will be 6 years old, which is crazy. Time really flies. Last year he really came into his own as a 5-year-old. He actually jumped a 1 meter 20 track at the end of last year, which is really exciting for a horse that's only 5 years old. These clips here are of him jumping in his 120, so you can see he's finding it quite easy. So at the moment he is on a break over Christmas and when I'm at college, but he will actually be coming back into work in about 2 weeks' time. And then this year we are going to work on getting those 120s nice and established and also hopefully jumping a 130 towards the end of the year. He is just the best personality. He's so friendly. He loves people. He's just an absolute pet, to be honest. He also always gives 100%. He used to be a little bit nervous about jumping when he was 4, but last year he just completely turned around. He has so much confidence, and he absolutely loves the jumping. And you can see here my dad is absolutely smitten with Khal. He is our child. Here he is at one of our stay away shows eating treats out of my dad's mouth because he's such a cheeky little guy. He just loves all attention and yeah, he'll do anything for food. He is the polar opposite of Welbeck in that he is really chilled, really slow. Everything's very slow motion, but it's a nice change from Welbeck. And it's just kind of learning to ride different horses is great. So I'm really excited for his future as well. Next up is Fiona. This is Khal's mum. So we bought Fiona as a 2-year-old and she bred 2 foals over the last few years. And then about a year and a half ago, I brought her into work properly. She's come on leaps and bounds. She was very stressy, very backwards, very kind of angry about the work when I first started riding her. I have a kind of a progress video about her. She used to rear and just stop and not want to do anything. But as you can see from these clips, she has turned around. She loves the work. She loves people. Here she is wanting me to give her rubs when I get up on her because she's just such a cutie. So we jumped up to 1 meter 20 with her and she was clear and she was really nice. But again, then Khal came into work and also Dali, which we'll come to later. So I kind of didn't have a lot of time for her. And my dad at the time was thinking about getting into riding more. He is definitely a beginner, but he has some riding experience. So we thought, what a great idea. Fiona can be his horse. So since then, my dad has been riding Fiona. As you can see, he is flying on her. She is just such a perfect horse for him. She's an absolute angel. She will take on any fence. My dad adores her, and she definitely adores my dad. He absolutely spoils her with treats and rubs. As you can see here, he was delighted to get over those fences, so he's giving her big rubs. So here's them schooling last year at a show near us. So this year his plan is to get out to some shows, which is really exciting. So he'll be working towards jumping at some competitions, just starting off nice and small and seeing how they got on. She's obviously been there, done that. She's used to jumping 1.20 meters, so this will be absolutely no problem to her, and she can just kind of hold his hand and bring him around the courses. She knows exactly what to do. So it's going to be really fun to see how they progress over the year. Next up is Dali. Dali is a 4-year-old Irish sport horse gelding. He is also Fiona's foal. He is her second foal. He is by the stallion Van Gogh, which is why we called him Dali, to kind of follow the painter theme. So he was backed this Christmas. I sat on him for the very first time Christmas Eve. So he has come on really, really well since then. He's jumped 3 times. He's jumped around a little course, some fillers. He's very, very sensible, very laid back, but he is more sharp off the leg than Khal is. So I really like that. I like that he's a little bit more forward. So he was backed and ridden, and he jumped a few little jumps, and then he was put on a break 2 weeks ago. So he's going to come back into work as soon as I have time. Again, I'm at college, so it's very hard to find time, but in May I graduate, so then I'm going to have loads of free time. So that's when all the horses will really get back into the swing of things, but I'm hoping to bring him back a little bit sooner than that. This year he'll be 4, so we're going to try and jump some little shows. We're going to jump some 4-year-old classes, just some small ones like about 1 meter, and see how he gets on. He has an absolutely brilliant brain. He's very confident. He's very laid back. He really takes everything in his stride. So I feel like he'll be very easy to start going to shows and stuff. He's come on very quickly, but I gave him lots of breaks because I don't want to push him too much too soon. So here he is jumping around his little course, and you can see how just laid back and sensible he is. Really nothing phases him too much. We've also done some dressage competitions through Dressage Riders Online. He came 4th in his very first one, which was very exciting because he'd only been broken about 4 weeks at that stage. And we've also entered the February competition, which we obviously haven't got the results back yet. So the future plan is to keep him, bring him up the levels like we did with Khal, see how high he'll jump. I am quite hopeful. He's quite big. He's 17.1, so he's even bigger than his mother Fiona, which will hopefully make the bigger jumps a little bit easier. Compared to Khal, who is only 16.1 or 16.2, he will hopefully find it even easier than Khal. You can see here how quiet he was. I just dropped the reins and he was fine. This is him loose jumping last year as a 3-year-old, so just a little glimpse into his future. Last but certainly not least is Jack. Jack was my first ever pony. He is now 12 years old. He's a connemara and he's 14.1 hands. We've had so much fun over the years. We've done everything: trick riding, trick training, bareback, bridleless. We've done a show jumping competition. We've done events. We've done really everything. We've hunted, hunter trialed. He's an absolute legend of a pony. Obviously, I am way too big for him now, so we managed to find a lone rider for him, which is really exciting. So he is now being ridden by a girl called Ali. I will leave her Instagram in the description so you can go and follow them and see how they get on. This is her now jumping at Cavan when I went to visit them late last year. So they've been flying together, they've been hunting, show jumping. They're going to be doing pony club next year. They really get on really, really well. Jack tries his his heart out for her. He really will do everything she asks. He loves her so much. Just so nice to see. So again, make sure to follow them to see their little journey together and how they get on over the year. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and you are now up to date with all the horses and what the plan is for them and what they will be up to over the next year or so. I'm really excited to see how they all progress, and I hope you are excited to follow the journey too. So make sure to like, comment and subscribe to make sure you keep up to date with everything that goes on. See you next time. Bye, guys.